See, in the house, Zach Taylor, General Manager, Taylor Power Systems. Good morning, Zach. How are you, sir? It's good to have you. Got to turn the microphone on. You need some Taylor equipment over there to turn the microphone on, sir? Do 1, 2, 3, and all like Christmas tree lights in here when we got this many people. That's great. Again, Zach Taylor. Good morning, Zach. How
Good morning.
And also Thomas Culpepper. Thomas is the production design development manager.
Yes, sir.
And then we get to James McGowan. James is service technician and winner of the 2021 Top
Yes,
Tech
sir. Thank
Competition.
y'all. Appreciate it.
What kind of trophy did you get?
Man, it was. I should have brought it with me today.
Was it
I
a
didn't
nice
think
one?
about it. It was very nice. We get two of them. One to keep at the shop here in
Yeah.
Richland, and then one I get to take home with me. And it's sitting on my mantle in my living
Just
room.
ask, could you trade it in for a four-wheeler for hunting season?
Man, I don't know if I would. To be honest with you,
Bragging rights.
That's right.
If folks don't know about Taylor Machinery, and some folks who don't, not in that industry may not, but as far as homeowners, of course, the equipment that can be used there. Zach, I mean, it's been around for how long?
Taylor Power Systems has been around since 1986.
Yeah.
But the whole Taylor group of companies originated in 1927.
Yeah.
So we're nearing on 100 years.
That's incredible.
Pretty special. Yes, sir.
And then when you look at the scope of this, Thomas, how far wide does Taylor Machinery in the service area?
I've personally been to most major cities in the country. I've been to Guam and as far as China.
And when you start looking at it, and then the services, you got service centers too all over the place.
Everywhere, all the way from, I believe, down in Miami over to Houston, and I see a email almost every day of new positions being hired. I think the latest one was in Ohio.
Yeah, yeah, and I want to talk about that too because I know we had some great interviews this week, but everybody's just fighting for people out there with some great jobs.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely good jobs. But because there's competition out there.
Yes, sir.
It's got to be quality and service, as those are the two things that enable the ingredients to continue growing.
Customer support is how you capitalize on in this industry for sure. I mean, quick response time, great quality, and lead times right now. I mean, right now, lead times for every manufacturing facility, I mean, you're looking at some from 6 months to some to 2 years.
When you talk about lead time, you talk about delivery time or what?
Delivery, manufacturing the goods. I mean, from order entry all the way to delivery. Yes, sir.
How are you handling that? I mean, how do you as far as the supply chain?
It seems like the supply chain, something comes up every other day. Either you have a lead time delayed or price increases. Price increases have been absolutely insane. I mean, something from steel to some of our major components, especially engines. I mean, all of our engines are getting delayed. I mean, weeks. So we've never faced issues like this before.
Yeah.
But we're managing through it. We find solutions every day.
I want to ask you, though, but how much of what you need comes from overseas? And it's a great deal because that's one of the reasons for the problems of the supply chain.
It is a challenge. We do have some components that come from overseas, but a lot of it is sourced certainly in the Americas. Engines, we have two different engine suppliers that are based right here in the United States. Alternators from Mexico, so we can manage through that. We also vertically integrated our metal design, metal fabrication for sheet metal enclosures, skids, fuel tanks. That helps us manage through the issues.
Listen, James, I want to talk to you about the service technician competition. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, well, ultimately, we have a lot of vendors come down, Asco, Perkins.
Come down to Louisville?
No, Clinton, Mississippi,
Clinton?
yes, sir, at our Taylor Power Systems building where we do all our manufacturing. But it's Monday through Thursday. At the end of the competition, we have a big celebration. This year, we actually rented Trustmark Park, which was very awesome. Enjoyed it. Got to hit a few balls up there. Yeah. But the competition itself, man, like I told everybody, I went in there. I had just got my EGSA certification. That's an Electrical Generating Systems Association. So there's a lot of pressure on me. Thomas was kind of on me about it, and a fellow we got there that heads up our training, Gordon. He told me, he said, man, if you don't do well in this, they're going to look at this EGSA like it's not really good for anything. So had a little bit of pressure on me, but it was
bit of pressure.
yes, sir. But I enjoyed it. I learned something in every module. I feel like I performed well. Obviously, I won, which is good. It's a blessing. By Thursday, though, which was the last day, I had two modules left. I went in there, and it was the ASCO instructor on my first module, and I told him, I said, brother, my brain is just, it's like a muscle that you've been working out, and it gets real sore. I said, I'm going to do my best, but and I ended up winning that module, so that was good.
When you talk, you got to explain a little bit what the module is.
Yes, sir.
We have
okay.
no idea.
So what you do, you have a judge that comes in. We'll just take Volvo, for example. There's 2 guys flew in, had our new TR1000, which is a parallel system. You have 2 generators, 2 engines.
It's used in a lot of different equipment?
The Volvo engines themselves? Yeah. Oh, yes. They use it all for several different products. This was the D16 engine, and it went in there. They have problems, bugs that they put in there. Some of them are real world simulated. Some of them are like a broken wire, for example, something like that. Something that could happen real world. We go in there. Then you pretty much, it's just like everyday job. You're there to fix the unit. They're acting like a customer. They can give you limited information, but just like a customer would. And so you go in, it's just like every day. You go in, you try to fix it, and I kind of simulate it as if, not that it would put a lot more pressure on me, but like, look, I'm at a hospital. I got to get these guys going because if I don't, we're in some big trouble. But it was fun, great learning experience, and I think every technician at Taylor Power should definitely have the opportunity.
James, how many people were there? How many companies?
It was 9. How many companies?
No, how many people?
How many competitors? 9 total. Yes,
9 total.
9 total. 10 different modules.
And just a note, the past 2 years, you've had Louisiana Techs win this. He finally brought it back to Mississippi.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Yes, sir. And the second place was Mississippi as well. It's from the same branch as me. So.
How about that? It's kind of like the Egg Bowl.
Yes, sir. It was a little bit of competition between us. Not too much bad blood, but we enjoyed it.
This is the what? First, second, or third year?
Third year.
This is the third year.
Yes, sir.
And is it open to the public?
Not
the competition.
What a great idea! Maybe we should do that for the fourth one.
Well, I'm thinking here. How did you get in this business, though? And did you do it from high school, or how did you?
Well, I started out young, had a family young, and got into the electrical field.
Yeah.
I got on the production side, actually. So now the service side is Taylor Sudden Service. It used to be Taylor Power Systems itself. So I worked in production wiring up these units for a year. And then I had the opportunity to transfer over to the service side, which at the time was still Taylor Power Systems. And then I worked in the shop for, I would say, 2 years, and then got to go out in a service truck. But as far as the education, I mean, there's schools, Votech schools you can go to for power generation. But for the most part, for me personally, it's on-the-job training through Taylor Power. They offer a good bit of training there. They mess with me a little bit because I got quoted on being self-taught, but there's a lot of people involved.
You
with
brought yourself to the right people to teach you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Gallo.
I'll be your PR person.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Now, seriously, guys. So he said you guys would do some training. How many jobs do you have? And give me a little for people listening out there. And we're talking about hometown jobs here. Not only in Clinton, but I guess you got other spots too.
Well, we have so we're a fab and manufacturing facility, but electricians, assemblers, welders. On your side, service technicians, customer service representatives. So engineers.
We have in-house engineering, design work.
So out of high school or out of college, one way or the other, there's a job there, and so
it's a great company.
You can
company.
come in and work and finally retire there.
Yes, sir. We hire to retire.
Tell me a little bit about you said you gave me a list of some of the people, but out of high school, if you want to start as an apprentice, do you start there, or how do you?
So we do offer internship programs mostly for
those interns start during high school or after high school?
During college. College or high school.
Yeah.
I mean, during the summers most of the time. Yes, sir.
Give me an idea what these jobs are.
So mostly mechanical engineering. We do offer some interns on drafting. So we did have a drafter come on site at Taylor Power for his internship program for about 3 months.
Yes, sir. We also had an intern in our research and development department. A young man that was going to Co-Lin came and spent the summer with us.
Some expertise in computers. I don't think you can get by without knowing something in computers one way or the other in any of those facets. Certainly in engineering.
I use my computer every single day. So.
Want to talk more with the group and some of the products and what's on the horizon all coming up and where the service centers are, too. Back with more after this. We are back live on a Friday in the studio. It's Zach Taylor. Zach is General Manager, Taylor Power Systems and Taylor Metal Fabrications. Now, the metal fabrications, how's it going?
It's going great. We have a few projects in the pipeline right now that we are really, really excited about.
Can we talk about them?
We can. We're looking at working, partnering with this company to start manufacturing storage containers, so like pods type containers.
Yeah.
But what this guy's done is he's got a really unique design. He can actually collapse them to where he can save when he's shipping. So he originally was buying these containers overseas, and he's trying to move all of his fabrication to the United States.
Yeah.
So
this is made, and they're made out of aluminum or
metal.
They're made out of metal.
Tubing and 28 gauge metal sheets on the outside.
So you can probably transport 20 times the amount or 10 times the amount,
correct,
depending on what the ship is. And
you remove the roof. It's a hinge type design, and it can just all fold down.
What are we talking square footage on that?
Right now we're building a 16-footer. I'm not really sure about the width. I think it's around 8 foot in width.
This is something new?
Yes, sir.
You guys are not stopping then. You're continuing.
We're continuing. We're rolling on. And we're also, like Thomas was saying, we're vertically integrating all of our products, bringing in all of our fuel tanks, our bigger enclosures. So,
how many people do you have employed as far as Taylor is concerned?
Taylor Power Systems, we have about 120.
Yeah.
Now,
that's all in Mississippi?
Yes, sir.
And then as far as the metal fabrication?
Metal fabrication, out of that 120, it's probably around 40, 50.
Thomas Culpepper. Thomas is the product design and development manager with us also. Thomas, tell me the competition itself. Yes, that was your idea?
We started 3 years ago, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And primarily it's an investment in our technicians. We wanted to provide the opportunity for them to sit down with the people that make the products to get hands-on experience with the new products that we make. We release 4 to 5 new models a year. And it's important that our technicians see these, and they have a chance to touch them, feel them, and know what they're getting into before it makes it to the field.
Everything from what? Give me an idea of some of the equipment that the technicians would be working on.
Well, we recently came out with a new design for the Streamline series of generators. It's designed. We completely rethought the way that we built generators, and we made a generator. We took all the labor out. It's with our vertical integration and our metal fabrication capabilities, we let the laser do the work. And
when you say you let the laser, is it the analysis or diagnosis?
No, the laser that cuts out the metal does all the holes. We eliminated brackets. All the holes are pre-cut into the metal. Yeah. It's folded, no welding.
That, James, it is a new world for technicians too, because a lot of times it's pull a circuit board out and put something else in.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we use our computers every day, like I was saying, and technology's come so far. You have to have these special tools to hook up to the ECMs of the units, and it just makes everything easier. You can dial in more efficient and replace the actual part that's broken versus going through testing every single thing, trying to find the part that's broken.
Is that a possibility of fixing things at a remote area too? In other words, from the office, you can fix something online.
In some cases, we have some applications where we can't really fix things as far as networking is concerned, but we can monitor things. A lot of the switches we have, we can monitor remotely and see what status it is in, see what alarm it has. We have a system where it works off cellular signal that it'll tell us if it has, say, something basic as a low coolant temperature alarm, especially this time of the year. Most likely it's a block heater, so what our coordinators will do, they will tell us, hey, low coolant temperature, and then we'll make sure to have the part on our truck when we go out to actually diagnose it.
I can tell you love what you're doing.
I do. I've been doing it 7.5 years. Like I said, I started from production, got to actually get hands-on and make these units, put them together, wire them up, and great experience. Working in the shop got me good experience because you're in the shop, you're around other technicians. You don't really have the customers right there on top of you. So
what would you tell someone listening to this or their parents now if they're 10th, 11th grade or in the 12th grade?
It's a great career path because the money's great. The prizes from this competition were terrific. Matter of fact, my carport is full of prizes that I just have nowhere to store them. But that's something great that this company puts on, and the industry is good.
Plus, at the end of 4 years, you've accumulated some of those prizes without accumulating student loans.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir. So I mean, it's a great industry to be in as long as you got some mechanical sense or even electrical sense, and if you have both, that's even better because you're ultimately incorporating both sides of it. You have engines to work on, and then you have the power generation side, the alternators that you have to troubleshoot. So it's really good, really great industry to be in. And like you said, you don't really have to have any education to jump into it. Yeah. You can get a lot of on-the-job training. Plus, the training services we offer are great. So
sales also, there's an opportunity for salespeople there.
Correct. Yes, sir. So we have training programs for sales, but we currently do not do internships for sales currently. Now, that could change very quickly.
When you start looking at the generators themselves, are they at retail outlets, or do you have it? Where do you find those?
For our manufactured generators, so we do. So we're mostly direct in the Southeast. Now, when you talk about the Northwest, we do have signed dealers that we that we partnered with, that we handle all of our retail, manufactured sales from.
I will say this, and Thomas Culpepper, again, products design and development manager, and James McGowan, who's service technician, and Zach, who's the GM. You guys, when you're looking for people and they look at this and say, this might be a great opportunity, I'm a hands-on type guy, I think I'd love to do this. It expands even more because if anywhere you want to work in a lot of different locations in the country.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You need service technicians all over the place.
We do.
28 locations in 9 states.
Yes.
And the map is on the internet so you can find out where.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anything in Hawaii?
In
Hawaii?
Not yet.
If it was, I'd be trying to transfer.
But hey, we are in Mexico and Colombia.
In Mexico and Colombia?
Yes, sir.
But across the United States, so give me some of the ideas. Well, you're in Georgia?
Georgia, Mississippi, Texas, Indiana, North Carolina, Florida, Virginia. I mean, all over the place.
So there you go. And do you list those on the web?
On the website,
some of the jobs where they are, though?
Yes, sir. So TaylorPowerGenerators.com or TaylorBigRed.com.
So what would you suggest people do, as some of the youngsters do out there, as far as taking the next step? Or do you have anybody making a pitch for you in the schools?
I don't think so at this time.
Because if you did, there would be 50 other people there trying to make pitches. Just get.
We do attend all the job fairs and
well, I guess that's what I was asking.
Yes,
and I said this so many different times, and I think James will back this up. Man, if you want to work, it's there.
Absolutely,
it is.
It's there with a darn good job. I'm afraid to ask how much the starting salary is because you got so many different levels.
Yes, sir.
So, anything else we want to mention here? Because James, your final thoughts on this?
Man, it's great. As far as working for this company, there's room to advance. Absolutely. So for people out there that are looking for jobs, I mean, like you said, go to the website. You can actually sign up. It'll send you an email when there's a job available, and I can't thank these guys enough for putting on a competition and allowing me to perform.
Do you get to be in the competition again next year? Are you judging?
Well, we were actually talking about this out there. I want to give somebody else an opportunity to come in and just to have the experience. So that's really up to these guys. I would like to compete. That would be fun.
Tell me when you're having a garage sale. Go
Well, I'd have to talk to my wife, Taylor, about that one.
All those little prizes at home. So I want to know about that one. Thomas Culpepper, Products Design and Development Manager. Thomas, it was great to meet you, sir. Your final thoughts here.
I appreciate you having us. For anybody looking for a career at Taylor Power, I can say it's a rewarding career, a great company, and we hire to retire.
The sky's the limit.
Absolutely.
Zach, you bring any extra generators by here?
Not with me right now, but I can.
Everybody, when we
can make a call right now.
When we had the threat of the hurricane coming through,
yes,
I've never seen so many people who said, "Where's my generator? Where's my generator? Who can I borrow a generator?" They think about it right 2 days before hurricane hits, and that's it. But I guess the sales during that time were pretty darn good.
They were. But we're trying to put some plans in place to become proactive as possible to start giving these people calls, to get them prepared for.
I was going to say, it's one of those things that you really have to, the supply chain, you have to look ahead because of next year for that.
Yes, sir. And we already have We have a lot of things on the way, so we're going to be stocked up and ready. So if anybody needs a generator, give us a call.
Do you see things getting a little bit better, or do you just dig in and understand this is the way it's going to be for a while?
I think this is the way it's going to be for at least another year, year and a half.
How about the holiday season? Give me a couple of good ideas for some Christmas presents out there.
Well, you got a Briggs & Stratton residential generator that we offer.
Briggs & Stratton
yes, sir.
generator.
Briggs & Stratton generator and Briggs & Stratton inverter and portable generator. So
now the portable. What's the portable cost there?
The portable cost anywhere ranges between $3,000 to about $10,000.
But that'll do the whole home, wouldn't it?
Not the whole home, no, sir. Not the portable generators, but the residential unit, Briggs & Stratton will.
Guys, it's always a pleasure. Look, if you want more information, go to the internet because it's all there, and it's under Taylor Machinery.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys.